Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 10, Episode 11, called Face the Music. So we start off with Spice. She's packing up her bags with her kids. She's not going with them, but she's going to New York to promote her new album. So she's excited because she's talking about she's going to Wendy Williams show, so that's huge because everybody watches her. So Carly comes to visit Spice, tell her a little bit about the Dubai trip and how she don't like Jasmine's boyfriend. She's still salty about that whole situation. And I'm just like, why are we still talking about this? I'm over it already. You've been talking about it for the past 3 episodes, Carly. Get over it. She's been with him for 3 years. The only excuse that she put that she don't like him is she don't like his hair. Me and Spice looking at Carly like, get over it. She said she got somebody new for her daughter or whatever. Even Spice telling her, let her figure it out herself. She's a grown ass woman. Carly, at this point, that's all she has to talk about because, her and Lamar no longer exist like they ever did exist, to be honest with you. But that's besides the point. So that's all she has to go based off of right now. We're going to move on from that. Spice is a little apprehensive of her relationship with Justin because I guess she went to his house. He done took down the pictures, so she just doesn't know where they stand in the relationship because she's just not with it with him trying to tell her how to be. He's too used to the Grace. I don't know what her last name is, but he's used to Grace that he needs to get used to Spice too because they're one and the same. You can't have one without the other. We understand that Spice. We're obviously gonna see later on it's just not gonna work out. But anywho, we move on to Rainy because I don't think there was nothing else to say about that. We move on to Rainy, Rucci, and Hollywood. They're working out with their trainer. Rennie's talking about that she hasn't talked to her mom since that whole blow up that they had, but she can't worry about that because she's trying to stay focused because she's about to go on tour with Kevin Gates, and that's huge. That's a great opportunity for her, and I think she'll do well. I don't know when the whole tour thing is because I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for no concerts or nothing because of the whole COVID that's going on around here. But that's good for her. That's a big opportunity. And Hollywood's asking if she gonna invite her mom. She said she doesn't want to. She wants her kids to stay with her, but being on tour, that's difficult to raise kids and be on tour at the same time. But when she was just on her previous tour before school ended, she was away from her kids for like 8 months. So she doesn't want to do that again because she's missing very ample time with the kids. So she doesn't want to do all that. And Hollywood says maybe she should invite her mom. And she's just like, I'm just going to leave that up to you to do. Because she's just like, I ain't trying to talk to her right now. But obviously, Hollywood is going to invite her, and so they could kind of squash the beef. So we move on to Erika. She's still in the hospital. I think it's day 5 or something. She's in a hospital, and she's still saying that she's by herself with no one by her side. And what else can I really say about that? To be honest with you, like I said, it's sad, but I can't keep saying it's sad every week because you decided to marry that nigga. Anyway, we get on to Safari. He was in Miami, but I guess he finally came back to ATL. And he's like, the bills ain't gonna pay themselves, so that's why he was in Miami. So I didn't know being in Miami, grinding on girls and stuff, got you paid. What type of work are you doing, Safari? That's the real question I have for you. But anywho, he gets to ATL and he gets a call from Scrappy saying like Sapphire's at him and Bambi's house and Erika's in a hospital and he needs to get up there to visit Erika. Safari's like he didn't know this because obviously Erika didn't tell him, which she did admit last episode. So he didn't know nothing about it. So he gets to the house, sitting down with Scrap and the kids to pretty much discuss everything that's been going on. Scrap said even him and Bambi are not doing good. But, he's still going to be there for the kids and that he needs to go to the hospital to check up on Erika. But so far, it seemed like he wasn't really having all that. He's just like, if I go there, it's going to be toxic, and I ain't trying to raise her blood pressure up, when she has trying to deal with the baby and all that stuff. So then Bambi comes in and, pretty much doesn't go off on Safari, but tells him like, no, you need to go check on her because she's by herself. She's been by herself for days. And, at the end of the day, you're still her husband. At the end of the day, you're still the father to the kids. So you need to take your ass to the hospital, check on Erika and check on the baby. But Safari looking like he ain't really trying to do that. And then he's like, she filed a divorce. So what is there to talk about? It's not about what's there to talk about. It's about being there for your damn son that you created. That's your damn sperm, damn it. Okay? That's your wife, damn it. Y'all not divorced yet, but at this point, she's in a hospital. Okay? And if I have to see Erika cry for one more damn episode, well, she's gonna cry next episode, actually. If I have to see Erika cry for one more damn episode, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Safari, please take your ass to the hospital. And clearly he does, but only for like 5 minutes, but we're gonna get into that later. But come on, Safari. Like, I feel like, are you being like this for the TV, or are you really just an asshole like this? Like, come on, bro. Your child, if anything, for the child. Safari's a sorry ass man. Whatever. We move on to young Baby Tay. She's hanging out with her friends. They go on a pedal pub, talking, she did a lot of, for this season, because I think next episode's the season finale. For this season, it seemed like she was just, living life and doing her thing and staying out of drama for the most part. The only drama she had was with Guap Dat 4000. So I'm actually happy we got someone with a little bit of sense here. She didn't have no drama other than with Fuckboy 4000. So I'm happy, they just seeing how she's doing, and she made a post on Instagram or something that she's considering moving to LA, and she's just like, yeah, all her work she's doing is being done in LA, so she might as well move there. And she has like $1 million record labels that are looking at her. Is it her, Renny Rouge? But record labels are looking at her to try to sign her, so they're all in LA, of course, so it's just best for her career to move to LA for everything that she's doing. So they asked her about what's going on with Guap Dat, and she's like, Guap who? She ain't with him. We glad. America's happy that young Baby Tay is no longer with Guap Dat 4000. We don't care about him and his Chicken Adobo song. So she even threw a little bit of jabs, a little bit of shots at a Fuckboy 4000, saying he got a mattress on the floor with no headboard. I'm like, I don't know if that's true or not, because in my personal opinion, I'm just like, you was probably fucking him on that one mattress on the floor with no headboard. But now that you're not with him, that you can tell everybody that he got a mattress on the floor with no headboard. And I'm just the type of person, don't be talking about, oh, he ain't got it like that, but when you was willingly fucking him when he didn't have it like that. I'm just saying. But she ain't with him. She just doing her thing. And she said the date with Yada went well, but nothing continued from that. And the only man she trying to chase right now is some Benjamin Franklin's. And that's the only man she needs. So that's where that scene ends. We move on to Scrap. He goes to visit his mama D. And he said the only time she cooks is when she has something to tell him. So she's first telling him about the trip to Dubai and how it's beautiful and everything. But then she tells him she was talking to Sierra over there. Sierra done told her that Sierra, Erika, and Bambi had a luncheon. That's when Erika had her oily boobs all out there showing for all of us. And Bambi told Sierra, which in turn told Mama D, which is now telling Scrappy, that Bambi wants a divorce. Excuse me. And Scrappy doesn't believe it. More of the story, Scrappy don't believe shit. And he's just like, telling Mama D, like, he didn't say it word for word, but I'm just gonna paraphrase it. Like, you capping, bro. Like, don't even start with this with me. So then, I don't know if she tries to do some fake crying. I don't know if she was learning lessons from Judy or whatever while they were reconciling their mother friendship. But Scrappy was like, Mom, don't even start that fake crying show with me right now. I don't got the time. I don't got the patience for that. And she's just like, no, she's really trying to file for a divorce. So Scrap is saying in the confessionals, Bambi wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do it behind his back. If she was really going to divorce him, she would be saying it, doing it to his face. And in actuality, from what I hear, because, I don't be checking for celebrities like that, they recently celebrated their 4-year marriage anniversary. I don't know. I heard another reviewer say that. Yeah, so they're still together. Present day. What is this? September 13th, 2021. Still together. So I mean, even though she did say it in a confessional, she did say it to Sierra and Bambi, but she didn't go through with it. So there's some truth to what Scrappy's saying, but at the same time, she did mention divorce to Sierra and Erika, and to the America, because she said in a confessional too. So Mama D isn't all the way lying, but Scrappy was just, I guess, that kind of, touched the nerves because he was just annoyed. He was just over at that point, and like he gets up, takes his mic off, and I'm just like, what is Mama D, the whole fake crying stuff? Like, I know you're trying to bring the drama for this season because a lot of people have been saying it's dry, but let's not become a Judy. Okay, that's one thing. Mama D, you're your own person. Own your truth. Do not become a Judy because ain't nobody checking for Judy. We checking for you, Mama D, but not for Judy. Okay. We move on to Spice. She's in New York promoting her album. She goes to the Breakfast Club, and then she goes to Wendy Williams' show. And Wendy acts as like, because it's Spice, Shaggy, and then Sean Paul is doing a tele interview because he's not there physically, he's there on the screen. And she asks, Wendy Williams asks Sean Paul, is he married or single or whatever? But Sean Paul was like, no, I'm married, got 2 kids, just living the family life. She asks Spice. Spice has said she's single. When she goes backstage after the whole interview, Shaggy and one of her co-managers, I think, are telling her like, no, why'd you say that? You shouldn't have said that because you're with a guy. But Spice is like, I'm not married, so I'm single. And technically that's true. But come on, Spice. When people say that, it's like, yes, technically, legally, you're single because you're not married. But at the end of the day, can someone claim you? We're going to get into that in a couple scenes from now. We get to Rainy Rucci at her listening party. Seems to go well until her mom shows up, of course. She sits down with her mom to squash the beef that they have. Rennie's just like, she wanted to squash the beef, and at the end of the day, their family, her kids, she's the best grandma her kids could have and all that stuff, and she doesn't want her kids seeing the tension between her and her mom and all that. So it seems like it would, if I didn't see the previews, it seemed like it would have been squashed. But then she brings up how she didn't appreciate what her mom did, talking to her sister, telling her that she's on drugs, and then her mom says as an excuse that Rennie should have came to her and talked to her. Should have called her instead of trying to, like, I don't know, because technically she did talk to you about it, but I don't know if she meant behind closed doors or when she heard it instead of making it a whole big thing on TV. I don't know. She didn't go into details about that. But Jackie also goes into saying that Rennie betrayed her. So then I guess that's when Rennie got upset and was just like, I betrayed you. I betrayed you. I'm not the one that's going to talking to people on the phone saying that you're an alcoholic. So then that's when when they go to the flashbacks of Jackie, I guess, drinking at her lounge and stuff, because that's what people do at lounges, they drink. But I guess another scene doing something else, drinking and just acting a fool, I guess. So I guess that touches the nerve with Jackie. So then that's when they start going back and forth and having a yelling match. So then they standing up. Hollywood comes to sit next to Rennie as they're going back and forth. Hollywood wasn't doing nothing. He was just sitting there like, I'm just going to stay here as a bodyguard just in case if something pop off, I could pull Rennie back. I guess that's what his mindset was. But Jackie gets up. She walks out. Rennie goes to the bathroom to cry again because she's just like, I didn't want people to see this. People in the listening part, everybody around is looking like, ooh, this is not good. This doesn't look good. Then it goes to commercial break for dramatic effect. It comes back from commercial break, and Rennie says, where's she at? Did she leave? Did she leave? They're like, no, she's outside. So then obviously, because producers probably said, just wait out here. She's going to come for you. So you can do part 2 of the whole scene. Rennie goes outside, talks to her mom and saying, don't you remember all the shit you done did to me? Da, 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 da. She goes down the whole list. I don't have it word for word. But then her mom just says quietly, I remember. At this point, Rennie's been crying since she went to the bathroom. So now she's crying even more. And then when the mom said, I remember, and goes to hug Rennie, they just sob. Well, Rennie sobs on her mama, but Jackie looked like she did tear up a little bit. My thoughts is, yeah, this is not resolved. Just for it got handled for the night, but it's not resolved. Uh, as everybody says, and as I say in mostly all my reviews of all shows, you guys probably need to go to therapy, do a little, or just do one-on-one talk off camera. Now, we probably would have wanted to see it just because we watching the show, but to be honest, as an adult, as a mature adult, to be honest, you guys probably shouldn't even. This should be a conversation you guys should be having off camera, because sounds like serious matters and like deep rooted feelings. Because Rennie's bringing up from back when she was 13 and her mom put her out and called the cops on her and all that stuff. You guys need to talk outside of camera so maybe her mom could tell the truth. And that's the same advice I said for Amaretta and her mom. I mean, her mom did apologize, I guess just to squash it, just for the sake of squashing it. But same thing with them. I don't feel like it's resolved. Sorry. I don't feel like it's resolved. And I think they should just talk it through one-on-one or go to therapy. But like I said, I know therapy be costing some dollars. So I don't know. They do televisits for free. I don't know. Check your insurance. Okay, call your insurance. See how that goes. But anyway, we're gonna move on to Erika. Oh yeah, and Rennie also said at the end of the day that's still her mama, so she gonna love her and all that stuff. We get to Erika. She finally gets home to visit Sapphire. Sapphire's godmom is watching Sapphire and taking care of her since Safari just not picking up the weight, and he's not showing the initiative that he wants to help. I guess he came to visit her for like 5 minutes at the hospital, but then he done left because we're gonna get into his side in the last scene of the episode, but he done left, so he's not showing no initiative that he's trying to watch Sapphire or be there for his son. So Sapphire's godmom is watching her. So Sapphire is playing all around the house, and she's talking with the godmom. I forgot what the godmom's name is, and she's just hurt. She's just tired of the BS, and she's just over it. And she states when they have arguments, he always says he's all about himself, and he always puts himself first. And she never wanted to believe it, but now she's starting to believe it, and thinks that he's hurting her intentionally. She's crying in a confessional, crying in front of the godmom and Sapphire. Sapphire just looking like, okay. And should I keep repeating the same thing I've been saying for the past 5 episodes of this season with this whole situation? Not Safari, but Erika. If a nigga tell you he puts himself before you, why we not believing him? Especially for someone like Safari. I don't even know the guy personally. I don't, and I believed him when you said it. So why are you not believing him when he said it? I would have figured you would know him better than I do. I'm just seeing it from the TV and social media, low key. But from the TV. And if I can see that he's a person who cares all about himself, why are you not a person? Why are you not thinking he's a person that cares all about himself? Are you can't make fetch happen, okay? You listen, Erika, you cannot make fetch happen. I'm about to put my phone on silent if this girl Snapchat me one more time. Okay. You can't make fetch happen. You try to make fetch happen with Safari, try to make him a wholesome man, and be a father and husband. For a husband to you, a father to the kids, and it's not happening. Low-key, he worse than Ray J. And that says a lot. Is he worse than Noriega? A little bit. I feel like Nori would be there for his kids, especially if his wife is in the hospital. So he low-key's probably worse than Noriega. I'm not even too keen on Noriega with his smoking and drinking every day, all day, every day, having his wife chauffeur him around the damn Miami City and all that stuff. So, Safari, yeah. You done chose? I don't know what else to say, Erika. I can't keep talking about this every episode. Okay? I'm praying for you, though. I'm praying for you. We move on to Spice. She's at her house. It's all nice and blue. Okay? I looked at it and I'm like, her house is very nice and blue. But nice color scheme, looking all pretty and whatnot. Justin comes to visit her. The kids go to Justin and say, hey, Pop. I'm like, y'all haven't been dating a year yet, and they already calling him Pop. Okay, I guess. So he comes to visit them, tells the kids to go upstairs and give them time to give him some time to talk with their mama. And Justin's asking her what's up. She hasn't been texting him or talking to him in a couple of days, and she's just been MIA. And he had some production thing that he did with BET. I guess they had a party or something like that. He wished Spice could be there, but Spice was like, I don't know where we was at, so I'm not gonna go there. And plus, you taking pictures down at your house, and I ain't trying to do nothing. By the way, she did show pictures of the picture he had at her. She showed a picture that shows, I guess, that the picture was taken down at his house. He's like, what you said on Wendy Williams, that was foul. That's fucked up. You shouldn't have said that. Why are you saying you single? So you single now? I thought we was together. And that's when she brought up, like, she just goes off, like, you can't want me to own you in public when you can't even own me. Or you can't want me to claim you in public when you can't even claim me in private. So she just goes off and stuff like that, saying he's been having an attitude and all this stuff. And he's just like, you know what? I'm not even dealing with this. I'm gone. And he gets them and leaves and says in confession, like, oh, publicly, that's messed up that she did it on Wendy Williams, because if he were to have done it in public, then he would have been the wrong person. And I mean, yeah, probably. But we don't know you, Justin. I didn't know you before Spice. So technically, even if you were to say it, we wouldn't have cared, to be honest with you. And Spice even told him, like, I'm single. I'm not married, so I don't got a ring on my finger. So technically, I'm single. Which, like I said, legally, yes, you're single. But at the end of the day, he was still claiming you out in these streets, clearly. So to him, no, you ain't single. To me, I feel like, no, you're not single because you in a relationship. But that's just me. So he gets him and leaves, and Spice just like, whatever. I ain't dealing with it. It's over. It's done with. Sorry to the kids. She said that her kids got attached and calling him Pop and all that stuff, but oh well. Get on to the last scene of the episode. Safari went to see his lawyer. And he's talking about he wants to go see Erika at the hospital. But she's telling him, asking him all these questions like, oh, what he was doing in Miami. Talking about everything but the kids. So he said he wasn't having it, so that's why he left. And in my head, I'm just like, why can't you just tell her, I ain't trying to talk about nothing else but seeing how my son's doing. And just stay and be there for her. But I feel like any little excuse he can get to leave, he's going to leave. Because he said that before. He said there was too much stuff going on at the house. That's why he went to Miami by himself. So he's the type of person, oh yeah, the tension's too high right now. I can't do. I'm going. I'm gonna head on out. So that's why he left to Miami, and that's why he left the hospital. Like I said, Safari, fuck him. But anyway, he wants to go see his lawyer, and I guess the lawyer's asking him questions. He said he wants joint custody. So then that's when he starts crying and saying he doesn't want his rights taken away and doesn't want a spiteful divorce. He said that how Erika stated she would never put, jeopardize him and his, seeing his kids and all that stuff. But he just wants to make sure his side is ready to go just in case if she ever does try some BS with him. And I'm just like, if anything, you jeopardizing your own relationship with your kids, because for little stuff like that, you're not even trying to be there for your son because she bringing up what you do in Miami. Because at the end of the day, technically you guys are still married. So she filed for divorce because you acting like a fool out in these streets, grinding up on chicken heads in Miami. But it's woe is me. I'm the victim here, not Erika. Got this girl crying on national TV every damn episode for the past 5 episodes, and it's like, at this point, what can I say? I can't say nothing. I just feel bad for Erika because she's doing it by herself. Granted, yes, she didn't call you, Safari, to tell you about it, but at the same time, look what you done did. If she would have called you while you was in Miami, would you even have came when she called you saying she's in a hospital? I don't think so. And look, when you did show up, you was only there for like 5 minutes, 15 tops. But that's where it ends. I think next episode is the season finale. From what I've seen on demand for all the episodes for the season, it's at 12. So I think next week is the season finale, but we're gonna find out. That's it. Thank you for watching, and we're gonna see what happens next week with Mama D and her crazy antics. Thank you guys. Bye.